good looks, and I got the money. Shit, I throw them bowls like Ludacris. Ain't nothing new to this. I'm true to this. And my cousin was like, woo! And I'm like, dog, get off me.
Drop the
I was like, man, get off me.
That is awesome.
So,
I remember when I started engineering, trying to learn how to like censor bad words, like with the little engineering and the slurs.
Yeah,
that's so funny,
man. It's like, what do you do when you have blocks of creativity? Like, how do you get out of those ruts that you may have?
Really, I would say indulging it, like just if like being in nature is like one of the most, I feel like, mind opening and I get stress relieving things I would say that I do. Staying outside, doing everything that I can to like stay active and be outside. I love to play sports. I love to play golf. I love to play tennis. So just playing as many sports as I can, just staying active and stuff like that.
Yeah, that actually that made me think of a quote by Rakim. He said because they asked him, what do you do when you have writer's block? And he said, I just go live life. He said, whenever I'm writing and my pen gets slow, that just means that I said all I can say at this time. And what I have to go do now is go live some life so I can have more to talk about when I come back.
Exactly. Exactly. That's true.
It's like because I think with what I find so dope about you is that you naturally just have like a good natural sense of what to do. Like you have a lot of natural good traits, which is your whole
approach. That.
The music, like you just really are on point. Like at what point, like because I know we talked about just feeling like you were meant to do music, but if you can't remember exactly, what was that moment like when you feel, because it's one thing to feel like you're meant to do something, but how did you feel when you really felt the responsibility? I'm meant to do music. Like, what did you do with that responsibility?
I feel like it's really just like the responsibility of just accepting like this is the path. Like really just taking the moment and appreciating it. I feel like it was probably what really made me like think like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Is like how do I see myself in 40 years from now, 50 years from now? What am I gonna be doing? What do I want to be doing then? And just accepting that responsibility of what I do now, I can create the future for myself.
And also, by chance, do you because everything I heard from you has been solo. Do you have any frequent collaborators that you make music with?
Yeah, I actually have a project coming soon with one of my best friends. His name's Jonathan Riggy. We work together a lot. He did the chorus on Fresh Cucumber Slices. He's done a couple choruses for me on some of my projects that I have out. But that's somebody I love to work with, and he makes is incredible music. So definitely have music coming with him very soon.
Yeah, and
I mean, I just other artists I work with as well.
And how do you pick the artists that you collaborate with? Is it because I know sometimes the people when they collaborate, it's sometimes just a comfort and they on the same page, and some people they collaborate with people because they're doing something they're not doing and they're looking for a challenge. Like, what is your mindset when you decide to collaborate with?
I feel like it's all really just natural like selection of coming together to like make the best music. Really just getting into the studio with the artist, and if we connect on a certain, like, I mean, even if it's just one vibe or if there's a certain sound that we start to create, like really just connecting with them on a musical level, I feel like is how I start to develop a collaboration process with somebody. And every time I've worked with J. Riggy, we've made something magical. So it's always been like, it just happens naturally. I would say, like, I definitely try to work with people who push me outside of my box, and I try to do the same for other artists as well, so we're always growing and learning together.
And something I would like to know is I would like to just touch on the producer side and maybe a little bit just on the recording side is what software did you start off with when you were making music?
Start off. Well, I started off in Adobe Audition originally. That was way back in the day. Very first software I had was Adobe Audition. The very second software I picked up was Pro Tools, and I still use Pro Tools to this day.
Man, that's top notch, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, like as far as beats, you use Pro Tools too. Like that's what you started with as well.
I use Pro Tools for like mixing and mastering of all my beats. I do a lot of production in FL Studio and some in Logic as well. But I'd say most of my production has shifted towards FL just because they just released it for Mac and it's beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. Cause when I made beats, I was Fruity looping it up, and then I went to Reason.
Oh yeah,
and
I've never gotten into Reason. I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, because since you are so good with Fruity Loops, you will be able to make the adjustment to Reason, no problem. Like you would definitely be able to easily make the jump. Yeah, and have you ever heard of Mixcraft?
I have not.
Yeah, because that's the recording software that I started off with. Like once I got into making music as an adult, like at least like 18, I used Mixcraft and Fruity Loop on the beats. And what I did was I had a mic. It was called a Snowflake. And a Snowflake is a mic that's small enough that all you got to do is flip it and it fit in your pocket. Like I could carry it around in my pocket.
No.
So what I did was I would have my laptop on my closet shelf. I would stand on 3 shoe boxes. I knew the exact numbers, that had to be right. I stood on 3 shoe boxes and then had my microphone on 5 DVD cases. So it was the closest thing that I had to get in the booth.
Yep.
But then once I got it from that point, then I was like, okay, like I got the Pro Tools. That was my end game. Was Pro Tools.
Yep.
And
yeah, I started kind of very similarly. I started literally the first song I ever recorded. Well, it never got released, but Float was the first song I released. But first song I recorded on, it was Turtle Beach headset. Literally ran into Adobe Audition.
Yeah, it's like me. I like stuff like that because it says you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can save some money or just roll with somebody who already got the equipment and record a song. Like that's why so many people do hip hop, is because hip hop is truly the only genre of music where you can wake up and decide, you know what, I think I want to make a rap song. I think I want to be a rapper. And by the end of the night, you can have you a full rap song recorded. You know what I'm saying? That you can show to people. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody really goes out and just grind, really MacGyver the situation, you know what I'm saying? Where you just using the tools available to you and make something, it makes it that much more special. And it appreciate the grind. I mean, just look, you started off, you know, with some Turtle Beach headphones, and you know, in the Adobe Audition, and now you work in Pro Tools like a whiz, and really just make great music. Like,
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I think it's so humbling, even it's every time you get into the studio and you're recording into an actual mic or something like that, it just makes you appreciate those moments where you had the headphones so much more.
It makes you feel more official when you could just I don't have to move this left or right. You know what I'm saying? Like I could really just say something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so this because we covering so much. By chance, did you ever have did you ever have a time where you questioned if you were going to continue to make music? Was there ever a time where you thought about quitting making music?
I would never say I thought about giving up music, because I've always I want to do music for the rest of my life. I've never had that thought of I'm not going to make music, because I even enjoy engineering for other artists. I just love being around music. There's always doubt is always a thing that's there, and that's what I work daily to defeat doubt. As I feel like what a lot of my music is about is defeating personal doubt and getting past those struggles.
I can agree with that. Like, I definitely hear it. Because for me, man, I was 18. I'm not even a full year into making music, right? And I was really very focused on beats. And I remember it was Christmas, 2008. I came to my uncle. This is my favorite uncle. So this guy means a lot to me. And I was like, yeah, you know, I've been making beats. And he was like, cool, let me hear something. And at 18, I always had a demo on me in case I never knew what to pop off. But I knew I was going to have some shit on deck. So I showed him. I put in the first, and I'm going, he's like, play me your hottest shit. He said, play me your hottest beat. I played him the beat I show everybody. And they'd be like, ooh, okay, you got something. He was like, he just said, turn to the next one. I'm like, damn, shit, you didn't even move. I turned to the next one. He's like, man, this sounds like some video game music, man. Like, what the hell is this? I'm like, here, this one. Okay, people said this a 9. People said this beat a 9. He hit me with, people told you this was a 9? Are you serious? People really told you that this beat is a 9? I'm like, yeah, bro, this ain't no 9. This ain't no 9, nephew.
Right.
He's like, I ain't gonna say quit, but this ain't, I don't know, dog. Like, you got it, but this shit ain't right. Man, I left his crib, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do in my life. I'm only 18. I don't even like doing nothing else besides making music. Like, I was really ready to quit. But let me tell you how crazy life is. And this just show you how subjective music is too. So I gave my cousin a ride home that same night, and he said, "Hey, you got some beats for me?" I said, "Yeah." I played him the same beats, and he was like, "Man, this shit is cold."
Yeah, like, that's so awesome.
I was like, "What? Are you serious?" I was like, "He's like, man, for real, give me that shit." I was like,
"Yep,
I'm still in the game. I live another day."
That's so. You come around people like that all the time. It's just, I feel like that's just one of those things where it really tests your motivation, but you got to keep going.
Seriously, man, because like I think, with something that you really want, you need those gut checks. You know, like
exactly. I 100% agree.
Like you only grow in moments of adversity. You know what I'm saying? Like if anything is cool and breezy, there's no room for growth because there's nothing for you to overcome. You just coast it out. But at times where you don't know and it looks a little gray, that's the time where you really grow the skin
you got to shine
to go where you need to be. Exactly. So
that's true.
So tell us about the track "I'm With You." What does that track mean to you?
Oh man, so that's off. So "I'm With You" that's actually the very first music video I dropped off of my latest project, Notions. That's a really special song. I love that song. It's it's actually with a producer from Connecticut. His name's Donato. The song is about the chorus is there's days it comes, there's days it goes.
Man,
when I'm with you, baby, that's all I know.
Baby, all I know. When I'm with you, baby, exactly. Come take me home.
Come take me home. Yeah, exactly. It's really about being. Yeah, it's so legendary. But it was really just feeling like, you know, when you're with that significant other, just feeling like that's all that matters and that's all you got. And I mean, I cover a lot of topics in that song. There's a whole lot of meaningful bars in there. I talk about, like, I know you covered it in your article too. Your article was beautifully written. But talking about, like, you know, the medical industry and how, you know, doctors are, you know, they're taught to heal sicknesses. They're not taught they don't teach health. They teach to heal sicknesses. So just talking about that and then talk about the education system. There's so much depth in that song. There's a lot of the bars that kind of speak for themselves, but they have so much deeper meaning.
You could have went so many ways with it. Why did you take that approach?
With the "I'm With You," I mean, I took that approach just because it's like I was really feeling like going in on that beat and just the it had kind of the semi-aggressive tone to it, where I just kind of wanted to lay into it a little bit, but kind of still give it that soulful, sweet chorus.
Yeah, and also I want to ask you this one. I'm probably off, but it always made me think of remember on 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, the movie, when you're playing the chorus.
What was that?
I said, do you remember have you ever seen the 50 Cent movie, Get Rich or Die Trying?